Hi YouTubers, welcome to my very first episode of NiggieNow, and just to give you a brief synopsis of what you can expect is me just spreading my love. And I've come to realize at this point in time in my life that I have very high EI, which is emotional intelligence. So it's a blessing and a curse, but more a blessing than anything. The curse part, I just need to find ways to push through and find coping mechanisms for. So that's my own journey of self-realization and my journey of becoming the best me I can be. Back to EI. So emotional intelligence, some people have high IQ, and IQ is just book smarts, basically. Brilliant people. For me, though, I can understand people's emotions. I have a large sense of compassion, and I can spot tells and signs of what someone is thinking without them having to really say it because of their body language, and I use that to my advantage. I've been in customer service and the sales industry, service industry, for a really long time, and people love me because at the end of the day, I'm genuine, and it doesn't take a lot for me to understand or see someone's needs before they even see them or acknowledge them as being there. So what I wanted mainly to talk about today is my upbringing. My parents, not from this country. I'm in Canada right now. I grew up in Canada, live in Canada. I don't really anticipate leaving Canada. But my parents came from the Middle East, from Iran. And growing up, I got to witness firsthand the struggles of being somebody who doesn't necessarily feel like they belong. I've also come to acknowledge that kindness and compassion and taking a moment just to think about what it might be like to be in someone else's shoes can go a very, very, very long way. Like, very. My parents have very few friends, but as they say, there it goes. But as they say, it's all about quality and not quantity. And the few friends that they have here that have helped them since day one, they're some of the most beautiful human beings I will ever get to know, and it is a privilege for me to know them and for my family to have been connected with them in such a way. So coming to Canada, like I said, I was born here, but my parents, it wasn't easy. They didn't know the language, and obviously there's all the stereotypes and the stigmas, and I've heard it. I've said, I'm in the service industry myself, and I've been in customer service for a long time, so I can understand that it can be frustrating for someone to come up to you and to ask something of you, and they're being really vague, and you don't understand them. But I mean, put yourself in their shoes for a second. Or if any of you have ever gone to Mexico on a vacation, or Thailand, or anywhere that didn't speak English right away, or English wasn't their first language, I'm pretty sure you tried to order stuff off the menu in English, or pointed into it and said, that one. Like, come on, they don't know what that one means, okay? But straying away from the negative, I don't want to dwell on anything negative. I'm just trying my best to get people to acknowledge that kind of behavior is not necessary. It creates hate, it creates animosity, and we don't need any more of that in this world. And the refugees coming to our country, whether you like it or not, don't need it either. They don't need that attitude. They've gone through more than you and I could ever fathom. And who better to say it than them? But who's listening? And how can they communicate that? They can't sit here and talk to you the way I'm talking to you right now. And why is that? Because they didn't plan on their homes being bombed. They didn't plan on being displaced in another country. They didn't plan for any of this to happen. So why would they have picked up and decided to learn English? Why? They wouldn't have. So the next time, if you're in the customer service industry, or you're driving, or if there's somebody in front of you in the lineup trying to order and they don't know English, or English isn't their first language, or they're trying their best, just take a deep breath and maybe even help them get through it. Maybe even butt in and try to do something nice, or just smile at them. Kindness can go such a long way, and it's so much better than negativity and anger. And please don't get me wrong, I am not an angel. I have cursed on the highway many a times, and I have definitely been at the butt end of borderline racism just because of stereotypes. But the very first step into breaking any of this is for all of us to take a step back and realize that we do it. We're not perfect, and I admit it. Do you? Do you admit that there are some aspects of your life where you wish you were kinder, nicer, more thoughtful? We're so caught up in technology these days. We're so quick to reply. We're so quick to jump to conclusion about something. We need to work on taking a moment to step back and think about our actions, what we're doing, what we're about to say, and how it might affect somebody else, and what we don't know might be going on behind closed doors. And that's not just for the refugees, that's for everybody. It's for everybody that you see, anybody that you cross paths with. So today, why don't you go out there and try to do one nice thing for somebody, even if it's just flashing them a kind smile. And if you're uncomfortable, try it on a toddler. Kids will usually smile back at you, or they'll stick out your tongue, and that's pretty cute. And then you're just smiling because you're smiling because little toddler just stuck out his little tongue at you like a schmoopsie. Anyways, I think this about wraps up my very first episode of NiggieNow. I hope you enjoyed it, because I know I did. Peace and love.